may never be truly satisfied. And you know what? That's okay. Why? Dr. Nick joins us with more.
How many times have we talked about enough is enough?
Yes.
Have enough. Be enough.
Be grateful enough.
And now we're talking about you may never be satisfied.
And it's okay.
And it's okay, because life really can be very contradictory. It's kind of like two truths clashing.
Yes, but I do think that there is a problem in most of us when we go, why is it not enough?
Yes.
Why am I not satisfied? You know, when I get that new job or promotion, then I'm looking to see when I'm going to get the next job or the next promotion or the next new house.
Or the next new house.
It's very human, but why is that?
Well, it's very human basically because we're always changing, and that circumstances are changing. And that's not to say that there's not an inner core in us that's driving us to be content, but there's also something in us that's always pushing us to achieve more, to be better. When we reach a certain point in life, we can be satisfied with it, but there's going to be a little bit of an urge to, what may be next? Or where would I like to go next in learning, let's say? Knowledge, skill sets.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, which I think is a remarkable thing about being human.
It is.
Is that we do continue to strive, and we don't just get complacent, and we don't just get lazy. As we get older, we still want to achieve it. So I think that can be a very good thing.
Yes, I was just thinking how sad it is sometimes when we feel like I'm there. It's like we want to say sometimes I've arrived, but then there's not a long time before we're like, I'm ready to move again, and not necessarily geographically. It could also be internal movement. It could be attitudinal movement. It could also be retiring at 65 and then after 3 months saying, you know, I'm not satisfied with this. I want to do something else. I might have another passion that I never followed.
Right.
That I never pursued. I've often said, you know, I don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. I think that's a kind of a sign of
there's still so much more to discover.
There's still so much more to discover. And you know, Whitney, I also remember hearing, and I don't know if it fits with this so much, there is something that I remember reading or hearing a long time ago, and that is that we're never going to be satisfied in this life.
Oh.
That there's always going to be a search for the God that we have not yet discovered. And I think there's some truth to that. There's a divine that we'll never fully reach in this life, but we're always reaching. We want to know more, experience more. Why is traveling so powerful? Because it expands us. You know, and there was something else we were talking about earlier about the road.
Well, the danger in always looking for the next big thing in your life, right?
Okay.
Is when you can't stop and enjoy how far you've come.
Yes.
And there was an analogy to sometimes if there was just this, if life were one straight, narrow road, we might not try because it just seems so far away. But if it's a curvy road, we segment it and say, I just got to make this turn.
There are turns. We can see the end of that or that intersection, and that's where we're going to go. And then we can turn either ways. I like that visual.
I do too.
That's a very good visual
it puts
for short-term goals.
Yeah. And yes, well, and because it makes it seem, it's like, you know, how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. But, you know, if you just had a foot.
Reachable. I think of AA that says, you know, one day at a time, one step at a time, one goal at a time, one decision at a time. So, yes, but I think what you've also alluded to is that we do live a little bit in that tension of, can I be at peace with where I am? And at the same time kind of also have that little nagging, what else is out there, or what's waiting for me? What newness might I discover?
Yes, because you're right. We do like new.
What we do, and we like to reach goals. We like to expand our horizons. I like meeting new people. I like meeting people of all ages. I like asking myself, okay, what's going to be my next chapter, or what am I going to read next? There is something in us that I think constantly calls us to yearn. a hunger.
You're right.
For more. But see how it sounds so contradictory to when I say enough is enough.
It does.
But you've got it. You're like, being content is important.
Yes, yes. And there's also, you could think of a mountain, right? So we're going up and around, right, the mountain. And it's great, and we're just striving and striving. But if you don't stop along the way and enjoy the view,
yes,
then you're missing part of that beautiful journey.
Yes, and you struck a chord earlier when you talked about knowing where we've come from. That helps us enjoy where we are on that mountain, where we've come from. Not that necessarily the mountain is a struggle, it's just part of the journey.
Yeah. Oh, it's usually a struggle.
Well said.
It's called a mountain for a reason.
It usually is a struggle. But knowing where we've come from always helps us to feel good about where we are. Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes. And not where we haven't yet gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And even some of the struggles that we've been through, it helps us see, oh, I did it then, I can do this. I can handle this. Because remember, anything that we're looking forward to that we've not achieved, that's challenge. And we may fail at it, or we may not reach it, or we may not get to it. But isn't half the fun the challenge?
Of course, just trying.
I was talking to my uncle not long ago who's taken up art. He's in a independent living. You should see some of his work.
Oh, Uncle Jerry?
Uncle Jerry.
Oh.
And then I called him the other night. Guess what he's doing?
What?
Playing bridge. And I'm like, Uncle Jerry, you don't play bridge. He said, well, I do now, and I'm really good at it. And I'm thinking, I am so proud of this 82-year-old man who continues to reach out for new challenges,
and
new
passions.
achievements, new passions.
I love it.
I just thought about that, but I just think that's a perfect example, hey, Uncle Jerry, of just, don't you think?
Oh, I do. And talk about using your mind. Bridge is not an easy game.
Bridge is not an easy. And then the creativity of the art, how therapeutic is that?
I know.
And how what keeps the mind functioning by playing cards?
Yes, yes.
I just think he's such an exemplary model for me.
Yes.
At his age.
And a beautiful example of why it's okay not to be satisfied all the time.
Yes, and not to.
It's a beautiful description of that, indeed.
Yes. So accept some push. Maybe that's part. Push yourself a little bit.
Well, and accept when you do, and don't feel like you're being greedy because you want another promotion or you want to achieve more that you're not ever really satisfied. It's human nature.
Or maybe again another job. You know, I work with in a situation where some people come there and work, and then they move to another building, and I miss them. But I'm like, good for you.
Yeah.
You're moving. I'm going to miss you. I don't want you to go, but go.
Absolutely.
You know, it's there we're back again to just life changes.
Yes.
Change. Sorry.
But
the one thing that's eternal is change.
But as you said, stop along the way, enjoy where you've come, enjoy where you are.
Yes, like we did the other night. And that's not going to be told.
Oh, yeah. It's a rough next day, that's for sure. Thanks, Dr. Nick.
Have a great week, everyone.
More Weekends with Whitney after this.